Hi everyone, this is John from Civil Center. Welcome to our channel. As we know, Civil Center is continuously working with the vision to guide civil engineering students and professionals. And for that, we keep making videos on different software related to civil engineering field. And we have also started a series in which we provide videos on different topics that are important for civil engineering students and all those people who are willing to construct a house. Okay, so with this vision, we have started this series, and now I am going to just share my screen. And today we are going to talk about estimation. Okay, so I am just sharing my screen with you, and we'll see who are the viewers who have joined me so far. Okay, so like this, you can just write your comments over here. Okay, so I will say hello to the viewers, and viewers, you can always simply ask any type of questions related to civil engineering field or anything that is coming in your mind, but the condition is that you have to ask questions related to civil engineering. Okay, so with this note, I am going to talk about a few things related to estimation. So we will start directly with what is an estimate. Okay, so right now I don't have any viewers, so I will just share my screen. Okay, so what is estimate and where do we use it in our day-to-day life? So it is very simple. We use the estimation in our day-to-day life if we are planning anything. Like even if you are planning a birthday party, even then you will have to simply go for the estimation. Like you will count a few things over there. What is the total cost of the event? Like even if you are throwing a birthday party, then you will check your budget, like whatever budget is yours, like whether you want to spend 2000 or 3000 or 4000, whatever amount is there in your pocket, you will simply calculate that and you will plan your birthday accordingly. Then you will prepare the guest list. Third, you will check out what should be the like amount that should be spent on the decoration, what should be the amount that should be spent on the fooding and everything, so that your guests can be comfortable in your party. So even here you are considering a few things like who are the members who will be participating in that. That means you are calculating the number of the persons involved in that party. Second, you are taking in consideration your budget. So that's the most important thing, and that's where the estimation plays the most important role. Third will be what should be the amount that should be spent on the decoration, and for that you will first of all think in your mind that okay, I have to throw a party, so I must like buy the balloons. Then I need some steps so that I can decorate my room. Or if you are throwing it in a restaurant, then you will just give them the idea that I want a birthday party and I want these things to be present in the decorations. So either you are selecting a vendor or you are organizing everything by yourself. And fourth is the food items. That is the what are the items that you are going to include in your party. Okay, so you can relate this thing with your construction project always. Like first you need to check out the budget, what is the cost of the project and what is the amount that you have in your hand that you want to spend on your construction project. Second, you are going to calculate the number of persons who are going to involve in that project, so you will calculate the number of the labors. Third, if you are taking care of each and everything personally, then you will prepare the project like that. And if you are selecting vendors for that, or if you are given a contract to anyone, then you will go ahead and think that okay, if I'm giving the person the contract, then he will charge something for that. Okay, and if I am planning the whole thing by myself, then I will have to take care of who are the vendors, like from where I'm going to get the cement, from where I'm going to get the sand, who will provide me the reinforcement and each and everything, like from where I will get the formwork, and who are the people who will do the task for me, like who will be the labor, who will be the masons, who will tie the bars, and what are the machinery that is involved in my project, like do I need any machine to bend my bars, or do I want my laborers to do the work? Okay, so I will calculate the size of the project, and accordingly I will choose we what I should involve. Should I involve any machinery, or should I involve some laborers? Okay, so this way you have to plan each and everything in the construction project also. So estimation is very simple if you want to relate it from all the events that is ongoing in your life and the construction project. Now, so there are so many things involved. So definitely there should be a method, and that method should be proper. So you can't just sit with the pen and paper and start calculating each and everything randomly. You will have to first arrange everything. And how you can arrange everything? That you are going to learn with Civil Center. Okay, so Civil Center is going to guide you with each and every steps, and we will guide you what is the correct step, what is the thing that you should consider first, like who are the persons involved in the project. We will guide you through that. What are the raw materials that you should use, like what kind of cement you should use, and what kind of cement is best for your project. So we are going to discuss each and everything over here. Also, we will guide you like how you can study the architectural plan, how you can relate it to the structural drawing, and how you will take the estimate. So how you are going to prepare each and everything? For that you will have to go through a series of steps. First of all, you need to study the architectural plan and the structural drawing. Second, you need to set in mind that what is the construction step. So first of all, what I'm going to do, will I do the survey of the land, or will I simply start excavating the land, or if my land is on higher level, like it is above the ground level, then I will have to simply go for the excavation. If it is below the ground level or the optimum level that it should be, then I will go for the land filling. So how you are going to calculate each and everything? What step should be taken in care at the first, and what should be the last step? What should be the quantity of each and everything? Like for the preparation of the courthouse, I need bricks, I need cement, I need like sand, then the force aggregates, the reinforcements. So from where I am going to get all these things? How I should decide which vendor I should select, how to bargain with the vendors, how to prepare the abstract of the estimation, how to go for the bank loan, how I can prepare an estimate so that I can apply in the bank, and how I can make a detailed estimate so that I can get the accurate quantity of each and every material, and how I can calculate the cost accurately. That means how you should take the market rate in consideration, and how you can relate that with the each and every material that you are going to use. Also you will learn this project till the finishing work, like you will start with the excavation and you will complete till the finishing work. So you will take care of each and everything, like the wall putty, the paints that are going to be used over there. So even if you have the 3D image, then you will have to calculate the cost of the paint and the quantity of the paint, what are the colors, what is the market rate of that. So you will have to calculate each and everything so that you can give it to your client, or even if you are making the house for yourself, then you can calculate exactly what should be your budget, what should be the wastage on the side. Like obviously if there is a construction work going on, then there must be some wastage. So I can't just calculate the number of the bricks that are going to be used in the project for a particular wall. No, we are going to calculate the wastage also. So what should be the percentage of the wastage for the bricks, what should be the percentage of wastage for the sand, and at which stage what is the percentage of that wastage. So we are going to calculate each and everything in detail, and we are going to learn it together. So now let's see if we have any viewer with us who are going to ask any questions. So I am just sharing my screen and I will see if I have any viewer with me. So over here I will just go to the YouTube. So I have the white wall. Hello, hello white wall, and I can get your actual name, that what's so that I can know who I am talking with. So you can simply write your name, and if you have any kind of question, you can also ask that question to me. So I was just saying that how we are going to learn this estimation in detail. So we are going to start with this thing, and by the time, if you are having any kind of question, you can simply ask that question. Okay, so by the time the white wall is asking his question, we are going to go ahead in this project, and we are going to learn a few things that are important, or you can say mandatory, before you are going to do the estimate of any particular building. Okay, so right now I have three viewers with me, and we are going to ask the questions. Okay, so I am also going to throw a few questions to you, and you have to answer that so that we can make the maximum use of this live session. So first of all, what are the topics that we are going to cover? So I've already given you a brief about that, but broadly we can say that there are four basic topics that we are going to cover, and we will also learn this thing in detail. So you are going to learn first the study of the architectural plan and the structural drawing. So over here we have our architectural plan. So this is the plan for the first floor, and I'm just going to zoom in and I will show you how you can study this. So you have to take care of each and everything, like this is our staircase. So what is the total cost of the staircase, what is the cost of making a bedroom, and where is the position of the bedroom. We will study each and everything, and accordingly we will calculate each and everything, like the number of the bricks that are going to be used in the manufacturing, or you can see the making of these walls, what kind of doors you are going to use, and accordingly you will have to calculate the cost of the door, like you are going to go for a simple door or you want to go for a customized door. So where are you going to get the knowledge from that? You are going to get the knowledge of that from this architectural plan. So over here you need to learn how to study the architectural plan properly, so that you can also give the estimate to your client that okay, if this is your architectural plan, and then this number of bricks should be used, and what is the thickness of the plaster, and according to that what should be the cost of the plastering. So you are also going to get the estimate of like the cost of the plastering and everything, like okay, if a person is working on the plastering, then he can do a work. So we will guide you, like okay, if someone is working on any plastering work, then what is going to be used, like if you someone is working on the plastering work, then we know like a single mason has the capacity to learn this much of the square feet, like he will have the capacity to plaster this much of the square feet of the area. Okay, so in one day that much of the portion can be completed by one mason. So you will also learn how to calculate the number of the persons for each and every steps of the construction. We will also learn the steps of the construction in this lecture. Stay tuned with me and I will go for that. Okay, so I am going to describe each. Just you have to do one thing. You will have to simply stick with me in this whole live session. Now, over here we have a few schedules also, like there are a few schedules in the and one schedule is there in the architectural plan, where we are going to know about the doors and ventilators and the doors that are being used in the plan. Then we'll also to study the structural drawing and how you can use this data for your estimation work. Okay, so you are going to learn how to study the schedule of the footings, the roof beam, the plinth beam, and each and everything, how you this whole structural drawing, so that you can make a estimate. Okay, and where are you going to make the estimate? You are going to do that in the Excel sheet. So we will come back to this sheet later. Okay, so first of all, let's understand what are the things that we are going to cover in this training program. Okay, so let's see if we have any question. No, so far we don't have any questions, but definitely I am waiting for you. So try to ask questions, try to make this live session interactive so that we can get most out of this. Okay, so first of all, we will start with the estimation. Estimation actually, so I've already described what is estimation, but we will also go through the bookish definition of, learn what are the types of estimations and what is the role of an estimator, what are the official data required for estimation. So we are going to cover each and everything in this training program. Okay, so broadly, I have already described what is estimation. If you will go for the bookish definition, then it is the calculation of the probable quantity or cost of particular work by the mathematical calculation based on the drawings and the current rates. There are two types of estimation. First one is the rough estimation. Second one is the detailed estimation. Rough estimation, you are going to just calculate the overall quantity of each and every raw material and to calculate the cost of the project. However, the detailed estimation will stick with the estimator and he will describe like, okay, if this is detailed estimate, then what are the different materials that we are going to use in the different stages of the project. When it comes to the roles of the estimator has the roles of collecting the cost of the material, equipment and the labors. Yeah, guys, there are three things involved in the project. First, the raw materials. Second, the equipment, that means the machinery and the various equipments that should be used. Then the third is the labor, that means how many persons are involved in any particular stage of the project. Okay, then we have the role of preparing and submitting the quotation of the work. So estimator has to prepare the quotation of the work and he will submit it to the client. And if someone is working on any new contract, then preparation of the bid is the work of the estimator. Also, estimator will help in the buying activities. Okay, so he will just talk with the vendors, he will just calculate all the cost and he will give it to the boss or the client, whoever is involved in the project. If you are a freelancer, then you will simply give it to your client. If you are working for any company, then you will have to give it to your boss, that okay boss, this is the total amount that we are going to spend on this project, and if we will just take this project in this much amount, so I have to make a quotation, and if I am going to work with this, then this much is our profit. So you will have to calculate each and everything, and being an estimator you will learn how to calculate each of these things. Okay, then what is the next thing over here? So next thing is the monitoring the stages of the project to make sure that the quantity and the cost are kept in line with the forecast. So being an estimator, what you will do, you will take care of each and every stage of the project. And being an estimator, you will have to like calculate the quantity and the cost, and you are responsible to keep that in check. Like if the project is being completed on the time, then everything will go smoothly. But obviously there are things like environmental factors are there, then there is a can be some problem with the labors, so you will have to calculate each and everything, and you will simply redirect the information to your client that okay, if your project will exceed by this day, then this quantity of the material can be wasted and you will have to bear this much more cost. Okay, so you will have to go through each and everything. Now let's see if we have any viewer who are having any kind of question. So viewers, just ask your questions and I am here to answer your questions, so make the best use of it. This whole live session is just for you, so just make it interactive. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the various construction steps. So first we have to do the piling work, but before that, before this piling work, we have to do the leveling of the ground. So over here in this project we have to do the excavation work, and here we are excavating the land for the foundation work. So you can see for the footings we have already excavated the land. Then this was our land from different side and this was from a different side, so we have taken the pics of two different sides. And obviously civil center always work with the live projects, so we are not going to deal with the bookish thing. So okay, so we are going to take a live project and we will discuss each and everything for that live project, so that even any of our students is willing to go and visit the site, he can always go and visit that site. And even if someone is willing to learn the course online, then our engineers will go to the site and there we can have the live session. Okay, this stage of for this stage of the project we are doing this thing, so that you can have a practical knowledge also. And for our YouTube viewers, you can see that there are a bunch of videos with civil site yarn. You can just simply search for that and you will find a lot of videos for that. Okay, now after you are done with excavating, you will have your excavated land and you are responsible to dispose this excavated land. So you will also have to be ready with the plan of disposal of that land. Okay, so we will go for that a disposal, and after that we will go for the sand filling. So you can see we have three different pics over here, okay, two different pics over here, and here we are using the sand to do the land filling. Okay, now this is my question to the viewers: why is sand being used over here to level the land? Why not soil? Okay, so in the last picture we have seen different kinds of soil has been excavated, we have also disposed soil, then now we are using sand. Then what can be the reason of using the sand instead of the soil? So viewers, there are four viewers with me, so you can simply answer that to me. What is the reason of using the sand instead of soil? Okay, now after the all these things we have to take care of the PCC work, then the RCC work is involved. Now what is PCC and what is RCC? So PCC is the plain cement concrete. So we have all the compositions over here, like the composition is normally 1:2:4, and what is the ratio? Like it is the ratio of the cement, fine aggregate and the coarse aggregate. So there are four materials involved in that. First one is cement, then the uh, fine aggregate, then the sand aggregate, and the water is used for the PCC work. And in the RCC work, what we use the steel bars. Okay, so we are going to include the reinforcement in this, so we call it RCC. Okay, so after we have to take care of the RCC, and here we are also going to calculate the amount of each and every material including the RCC, and we will get the dia of the bars, length of the bars from our structural drawing, and we have to simply calculate that. Okay, now we will go for the shuttering work, and here we also need to calculate how much form work is going to be needed on site so that your client can order that much of the form work. Okay, then you can see we have the various pictures of the shuttering, like here we have the shuttering of the footing, here we have the shuttering of the columns, then we have the shuttering of the beams, and then here you can see that we have the steel reinforcement over here that is being spread on the slab. Okay, so here you can see on this picture the persons, or the you can say the manual laborers, are binding the column bars, and here this one is doing the reinforcement of the beams. Here you can see the steel reinforcement in the staircase, and now this person is working on the periphery work, and here he is going to do the the brickwork. Okay, so you can see how to do the periphery wall and how we have to calculate the brickwork, or you can say the number of the bricks that we are going to learn in our classes. Okay, so we have Sanjay Mishra with us. So sir, what is the typical one-storied house which has RRM wall as foundation? I mean sequence of the work. Okay, so okay Sanjay Mishra, your question is good, and I will definitely come live on this topic also, like what is the sequence of the work for a typical one-storied house which has RRM wall as foundation. So we are going to discuss about all these things in the next live session. So you can simply stay tuned with me, and I am going to describe each and everything. So I will just take a screenshot of your question, and I will definitely make another live session. So I regularly come live on the YouTube and the Facebook. So you can simply subscribe to our channel, and you can just get to know. You will have to just press this bell icon, and whenever I will come live, it will notify you. So that is simple. Sir, why we have to make the grid in the plan? So why we have to make the grid in the plan? So we have the Vinay Kumar Mittal with us, and he is asking why we have to make the grid. Okay, so if we will not make the grid in the plan, okay, I will just open up the plan for you. Okay, over here. Okay, in this plan we don't have the grids, but for the structural designing purpose, we have to prepare the grids. Like we have the grids on our structural drawing, and actually these grids are called the center lines, and the point of intersection of these center lines will give us the exact location of place the foundation and the columns. Okay, so we have to make this grid line, or you can say the center line, so that we can exactly place the foundation. Actually, I have not included that step over here because that is not included in the construction step, but we have to survey the land beforehand. Okay, so first of all, we will have to do the survey, and once your structural drawing is, architectural plan is ready, and then we will simply design it. So in between that, we have to mark the places where we have to construct the foundation. And for these grid lines will help us to find the exact location for our foundation placement, or you can say the column placement. Okay, so over here you can see that we have this intersection points, and you can see we will start with this, then we will take the another center line, and we have the distance between those center lines. So we have to work accordingly so that we can exactly mark the foundation. I think I have answered your question, Vinay. And Sanjay, for your question I am going to come live on a different day. Okay, because you have a different question and I can't simply prepare the slides right now. Okay, okay. Now, guys like Vinay and Sanjay, you can also ask your questions over here, and I am going to answer that. Okay. Now, so I guess this much is clear now. So I will go with the next work over here. Okay. So this is our 10-inch wall. So we have to cast the 10-inch wall also, and for that we have to calculate the number of the bricks. So you can know that our outer walls are of 10 inch and our inner walls are of 5 inch. So that's what happening in Bhubaneswar. Okay, if you are living in any other part of the country, like if you are living in Maharashtra, there we have the 9-inch wall and the 4-inch wall. So that depends upon the size of the bricks that is being made over there. So that depends from place to place, but here in Bhubaneswar we have 10-inch wall and 5-inch wall. So most of our projects are from UP and Odisha, so I am considering this one. Okay, so our outer wall is thicker, and for that, how we can do that? We have to go for the two layers of the walls that you can see. So we can also go for the fly ash brick, or we can go for the red brick. That depends upon your client. So whatever brick you are using, that also depends upon what kind of brick is available at your site. Okay, now this is our 5-inch wall, and you can see the work over here. Then we will go inner plaster. Once your brickwork is complete, plaster, then the outer plaster is there. Okay, I will simply share my screen and I will see who are the persons connected. Okay, so we have Sanjay Mishra. Thanks for taking my question into consideration, sir. I have already subscribed to your channel. Thank you, Sanjay. Sir, generally during material estimation, how much percentage do you take for the wastage? Okay, Sanjay, in the next live session, I am going to estimate with us, and I will definitely come up to the percentage. So for that, like sometimes we have to go for the 0.7%, for sometimes we have to go for 1.5%. so there are things like 7% or 10%. This is the type of the wastage, so we have to go for each and everything, and we are going to talk about that in the next live session also. So I will come with the accurate data that where for which material we have to take the percentage. Sir, is it necessary for the beam to follow the grids, and can we make diagonal, horizontal and vertical grids together? Okay, so if you will, yes, it is mandatory for the beams to follow the grids, because the grids are made based upon the position of the columns, foundations and the beams. Okay, so we have to work for the grids even if you are working for the beams. Okay, then what is the next thing? Can we make the diagonal, horizontal and the vertical grids together? If you will go for that, then your grid line will mess up. So if you are working with your elevations, then go for the vertical grids. For the horizontal and the diagonal, you can simply cover that in just single sheet. Okay, but for the elevations you have to work for the vertical grid, so that try to make that a separate grid, and for the horizontal and the diagonals you can go for that, so that's not an issue. Okay, Sanjay is raising some kind of questions. I will definitely have a different live session for that, and we are going to discuss the whole thing over there. Okay, so guys, that was all from my side for today, and we are going to come up with a different live session. So even if you are having any questions, you can simply write the question in the comment section, and I am going to definitely answer your questions. So write all your comments in the comment section, and I will come live tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, so with all the questions to be answered over here, and we will definitely go with that. Okay, so guys, that was all for today. We will meet in the next live session. Just don't forget to subscribe our channel, and if you are liking this video, hit the like button, and also press the bell icon, and do write your questions, whatever question you are having over here. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you Sanjay, the white wall, and Vinay for joining me. Thank you, and you really made this session interactive, and we are going to meet in the next live session. Thank you.